Well, welcome to the podcast. It's really amazing to have you guys on. If I could get you to start off with, if you introduce yourselves and what you get up to in the business.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us on. My name's Laura. So I joined the business in 2023, started initially on customer service. And as the roles kind of developed, my focus has shifted slightly. So I'm now in charge of developing the sites, so looking for new sites, liaising with landowners, land agents, and just really focusing on trying to find new paddocks across the south, and managing the team, supporting everybody as I can alongside the other directors as well.
Hi, my name's Helen.
Sounds
I'm
amazing.
the director and marketing manager. I actually co-founded the business with my husband, Rob. So I oversee all the marketing strategy, working alongside my colleague, Kirsten. So we just try and get the word out there about Paw Paddock, really, and launching new sites, and all that sort of fun stuff.
That sounds amazing. So I think the big $1 million question today is, how did Paw Paddock come to be? Obviously, this is something that's quite unique. I personally have not come across yet as a pet parent.
Yeah, of course. We started back in 2018. We've got a Spanador called Bramble, and she had a terrible recall, would literally hunt for pheasants, partridge, anything she could get. Big scented dog. And
Yeah.
we would find dog walking really stressful with her. It would just be quite a process. We'd always be worried about her running off, and that sort of thing. So we were sort of looking for a space that we could take her where we'd feel really safe. So we're looking for it, and we actually, my husband managed a farm, the family farm. So he decided to diversify and set up the first secure dog walking field, which is where Paw Paddock was born, really. And from that point on, we just saw the demand for other dog owners that really struggled with recall, etc. And there was such a demand for it, we then decided to sort of expand, and we opened up our second site in Westbourne, which is only a few miles down the road. And we just saw it going from strength to strength, really. We just saw the demand, and so many people in need of that sort of space that we just started to expand. And now we've got, 21 sites across the South Coast now.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I think it's really key as well is that obviously not every dog is going to be absolutely friendly, be absolutely fine with just having a little walk around and, will be able to recall on point. Even if you do a bunch of training, some dogs, they do not want to be trained. So to have that safe space sounds absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it really is that. And I think a lot more dog owners now don't sort of, are wary of other dogs, the dog etiquette and all that sort of thing, and new rules coming in with banned breeds and that sort of thing. So I think it's something that dog owners are looking for, so that they can go for a stress-free walk. Yeah,
it's amazing. So obviously we've been hearing some of the benefits being able to do it. It's a fairly private place to be able to go and not having to worry about encountering other dog walkers. So why should dog parents use paddocks? Because obviously, something a bit different, a bit new, and not everyone's gonna, I think, understand the concept.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly provides that enclosed, secure space for customers. And it also just creates a really stress-free environment. So as we've mentioned, if you do have dogs that have bad recall, you know that there's only a certain distance they can go, and they can't get out, obviously, once you're in the paddocks. It also gives a inclusive space as well. So again, that once you've booked your session, you're not going to have other dogs, if that's a concern, coming in the paddock with you. It would just be your dogs or friends, family, up to the limit on the paddock. So it really gives that area for security, really. And also we've touched on banned breeds. So if you do have a banned breed, again, you have that area to ensure that your dog can be off lead, unmuzzled, and just enjoy their walk. And I mean, there are various reasons why customers will use the paddocks. So it could just be because they want the space. It couldn't, they might not have a banned breed or an aggressive dog, or a dog with bad recall. So puppies, training, dogs in season. Occasionally we'll have paddock customers booking paddocks for that reason as well. So it really does vary, but it's certainly a good space for them to come and enjoy.
It's really important as well, I think, what you're saying about it being a safe space because of, you got the banned breeds, but even just down to, we have some dogs and pups still nervous around other dogs, especially after the pandemic and not being able to have been socialized and learn those skills, and to be able to maybe, pet parents could meet and then help kind of facilitate those social interactions without worrying, oh, there's a random lady with a dog there who's got bad recall and they're going to scare the dogs, and there could be, a nasty bite that could happen because, dogs are going to react in a certain way if they're scared as well.
Especially like you mentioned with the pandemic, the number of dogs that people got in the pandemic, and then they didn't have that automatic kind of, they weren't integrated with other dogs like they would do normally.
I think also there's definitely I think there's definitely like a community that we've sort of created with Poor Paddock, online, especially on Facebook and Facebook groups that obviously our customers comment and that sort of thing, and they're able to communicate with other customers that are also going through those issues. So pandemic dogs that haven't had that socialization, that actually we see stories of that they've met up and they've had those dog walks together, and they've been able to socialize their dogs. So it's nice being able to offer a little bit more than just booking the field. It's that community sense that we've kind of created.
I think as well, community is such a big thing to build upon. I think, similar if you're, you have a child or, you are dealing with certain circumstances, having that community to rely upon for, just anything, just whether, it's with social interactions or I've been dealing with certain kind of issues with my dog. How did you get through, them destroying the furniture? Because, they were kind of teething, as it were, and they really wanted to feel everything by mouth first. Being able to rely on people is, I think, something that's really beneficial and overlooked in this day and age.
Yeah, for sure. And I think so many people were looking for other people that are going through something and connecting with people, and it's nice to be able to offer a space that people can communicate when they're struggling with something, or want to ask for advice, etc.
100%. I think what's really interesting as well is that obviously, you guys look after these paddocks, is that the amount of times where dog walkers have just, they've gone along a really nice nature walk and stuff, but obviously dogs can get into anything and find anything. So they might eat something they shouldn't do, or people have just obviously littered and then put a bunch of stuff places, and dogs, they love to just go for something. As soon as you tell them no as well, they definitely are in there eating it up as quickly as they can. So be able to have a safe space where there isn't anything like a foreign object that then could become a vet visit later on, I think is probably a really good positive effect as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we obviously visit our sites regularly just to carry out full maintenance checks, but also we find our customers are brilliant where we're not there all the time. But like we've mentioned, the community, our customers are brilliant at giving us feedback and reporting any issues so we can deal with them really quickly.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing to hear. I think my main question is is there anything else you'd like to add? This is an amazing service, and obviously you guys are expanding every day. You're always looking for new places to set up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a key thing for us is obviously creating more of these spaces, because there is such a demand now. And I think once people use our sites, they are become regular customers. But I think it's just the ease of, what sets us apart from maybe other individual kind of businesses that are doing it is that, we've got a booking system, bespoke booking system and app. It just allows us to allows customers to book our paddocks really easily. It means they can book. All they have to do is just turn up, drive into the parking area, gates are shut behind them, and they have that space sort of completely securely. And I think, yeah, as you know, Laura is very much head of is the expansion of trying to find new sites. But for us, it's making sure that, you know, the sites are as easy as possible for our customers, and they're the right thing for them.
Definitely. And like Helen mentioned, with the booking app and the website, it works so well. You can create your account from there. You can easily manage your bookings. So the website, you can obviously download the app. And once you've got your account set up, you can see all your upcoming bookings. We'll send regular reminders prior to your session. And then also with the booking app, we have a wish list. So if our paddocks are quite busy, they do get booked up. But if there's a specific date that you're looking for, you can add that onto your wish list. So if there is a cancellation, then you'll get an alert, and then you'll be able to go on and book, report maintenance issues direct through the booking app. And yeah, so obviously the website is brilliant, but if you do have access to the app, then that's really helpful as well. And then for us, just continue to expand, still look for new sites if there is any land available. Most of our paddocks are pretty rural, so that then still gives the feel that you're in a nice rural location for your dog walk. But yeah, and also for a landowner, it provides a regular income for a piece of land that they don't necessarily use very often.
That sounds like a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for you guys coming on today. It's a really amazing sort of different business model. I'm really glad to hear that there's something that a lot of people benefit from, especially those with dogs who are, you know, nervous, banned breeds, that sort of thing. It sounds like some amazing work.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be a part of, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, we've not got a huge team, so we're all very, you know, very close in the office and very sort of excited to see where it goes. And yeah, see how many more fields we can find.
That sounds brilliant. Well, thank you both for appearing today.
No worries. Thanks for having us.